I was very committed to TPM existing, and I was very crafty about finding ways to make that possible. And in, if I don't say so myself, and in 2007, 2008, we had this deal with another VC-backed company, I think that was eventually acquired by YouTube, called Next New Networks. And we got a licensing fee to produce a TV show, a daily web show. And that really provided, I think our licensing fee was 15 grand a month, which would not be that much money in today's budget, but at the time was a huge sum of money, which allowed us to kind of manage the declining revenues from blog ads, kind of in that transition that I mentioned, and just grow the organization. But in any case, one thing I learned from that is that it is really hard to get people to watch video. It's super, super hard. We had by that time in 2007, 2008, we had a pretty well-known site with a big audience. And, we would publish the show. I mean, first of all, it took like at least a third of my day every day to create that show. And I didn't do it. It wasn't only me. Ben Craw, another TPM alum, was the video editor, and it was sort of a collaboration, but between the two of us. But I had to come up with a show idea every day, and then I had to kind of be the talent and do the show and all that kind of stuff. So it was very labor intensive to actually do it. And B, we take that video, and I think, for people with a TPM sensibility, it was pretty good, pretty entertaining. We put it right there at the top of the editor's blog, and we would struggle to get like 10,000 views for those videos. And this is, and just to give you, just to give listeners some perspective, this is when a lot of stories routinely get 20,000 views more, on the site. It's hard to get people to watch video. It's really hard to get people to watch video. And so when that whole pivot to video thing was happening, the idea is basically, running ads on video compared to running ads against pages, 5x, 10x the revenue, big dollars, just kind of irresistible sums of money, except for the fact that it is so much harder to get people to watch video. And so I think that was just something I knew from experience, because it wasn't my first rodeo, that I had done, that I had done that years before. And at the time it was fine, because we were getting a licensing fee, and we were, trying to have everything work for our partners and everything. So we were trying to get numbers, but we didn't, it didn't hurt us directly. So I think to a great extent, you get cautious about fads. Another part of it that is more just of necessity and not, kind of organizational brilliance, is that we've always been a small organization. We spend overwhelmingly our money on journalism, and things like search engine optimization and all these kind of things that kind of built Huffington and stuff like that. We simply didn't have the resources to do that, to really compete in that way, to kind of, we're gonna bring in a bunch of people and max this out, and we're going to learn how to game Facebook and stuff like that. So it was a combination of, I think, just experience. Well, I would put it this way: experience, necessity, being small, not having, huge amounts of money to throw around, and to a certain extent, just an inherent risk aversion personally, that TPM was not my current business project, or, kind of, you're going to be the CEO of one place and see how it goes, and then you're on to the next thing. That was kind of my thing. Right. So, I was just going to be very cautious about its preservation.